Hey everybody! So this is going to be my 5-week pregnancy vlog for baby number 3. I'm actually 5 weeks and 1 day right now, and if the background looks different, it's because we are currently up at the lake for a week. We go away to this lake for 1 week of every summer. I look forward to it every year, and we just had the most amazing weather this week. We've been really lucky. We're about halfway through our week right now. It's actually really hot outside, so I decided to film inside just because it was so hot outside. And I forgot a blow dryer, so my hair is kind of a hot mess, but that's okay. I'm on vacation, so it doesn't matter. Alright, so I've made a list down here on my phone of everything I wanted to remind myself to tell you guys, things that happened in week 5. It still seems very surreal that I'm even sitting here doing a pregnancy vlog and that I'm pregnant after a year of trying. I don't know, it's just taking longer to sink in than it did with the first 2, or maybe I'm just that much more cautious this time around, but it is slowly starting to sink in. I'm definitely excited. It's becoming more real. It's just funny to me how it's taking me a lot longer than it did with my first 2. But right after my last video, I went and got the second blood work done. If you watched my 4-week video, you'll know that I had blood work done 2 days apart to see the doubling rate. My first blood work was done at 3 weeks, 5 days, I believe, or 6 days, doesn't matter. It was 100, my HCG level was 100, and then I went 2 days later and it was 248, which I was really happy with. I calculated that out. Sorry, that was my phone. I calculated that out, and that's a doubling time of 36 hours, and when you're this early on in pregnancy, your HCG should double every 31 to 72 hours, so it's definitely on the higher end, so I was really happy with those numbers. After I got that blood work done, I felt a little bit more relieved about the whole pregnancy. It definitely made it set in a little bit more, although I'm still really looking forward to that ultrasound in 2 weeks, less than 2 weeks now, because I do want to see it for myself and hopefully see a heartbeat, but it made it a little bit more real, and I actually decided to go and do some maternity clothes shopping. Now you might think I'm crazy. I'm not showing now, I wasn't buying clothes for now. However, my sister is getting married in January, the middle of January, in Mexico, in Cancun, and I'm the maid of honor. And so I worked it out. I'll be around 30 weeks pregnant at that time. Thankfully, I haven't ordered the bridesmaid dress yet. We were just about to do that, so we're safe there. But I realized that it's going to be pretty tough to find summer wear, maternity wear in the middle of winter. So I figured I should try and hit up a few stores right now, see if they still had summer stuff in. I made amazing timing, because I think if I even tried this week, almost everything would be gone, because when I went last week, all summer stuff was already clearance or it had been shipped out already. So there wasn't much to choose from, but I did grab a couple pieces. If I wasn't here at the lake, I'd show you guys what I got. Just like maxi dresses and tank tops and things like that. Not too many things because it's only a week, but I did want some options. So that was pretty exciting. Felt kind of weird maternity clothes shopping at 4 weeks pregnant, but I did that. And then another exciting thing this past week is that about 5 days ago or so, last Saturday, we decided to tell my mom and her husband and my sister and her fiance that we were expecting. So that was really exciting. I was contemplating waiting a little bit longer to tell them, but with both my previous pregnancies, they knew even before I'd missed my period, to be honest. So I was almost 5 weeks when I told them, and the reason I decided to is because if something were to happen, I'd rather them know and be able to support me and just know that I had been pregnant than to tell them after the fact. So I'd want their support. So we went ahead and told them at my mom's house. It was really exciting. Well, my sister came to my house first because she wanted me to do her makeup because she was going out that evening, and I took one of my pregnancy tests and I hid it in a drawer that I had all my makeup palettes in it. And so when she came over, she did like her face makeup first, and we were just chatting or whatever, and then she was ready for me to do her eyeshadow, and I said, okay, well, open the palette drawer and, you know, pick out whatever palette looks good to you. And so she's opening the drawer and she's like, oh, you have the Naked and the Naked 2, and she goes, do you know yet that there's a Naked 3 palette out? She started talking about it, and the pregnancy test is sitting right on top of the Naked palettes. And I'm smiling because I don't know what else to do, and I said, maybe take a second look in that drawer. And so she went and looked back, and she paused and she picked it up, and she was trying to figure out how it worked. It was just a first response with the 2 lines, and she goes, are you pregnant? I said, yeah. So that was just really funny that she didn't quite clue in right away, but she was really excited. And then we went over to my mom's house after I did her makeup, and I had the girls' shirts made for them. I actually bought these iron-on decals that said Big Sister Kayla and Big Sister Riley, and I bought them a year ago because I obviously didn't think it would take so long to get pregnant. So they've been sitting with me for a long time. So I was really excited to finally iron those on some shirts and actually use them. So the girls were kind of dancing around the backyard. My mom had put music on. And I said, girls, do you want to dress up like princesses? Because everyone was sitting outside. And they're like, yeah. So they came inside, and instead I put on their shirts. And I sent them back outside, and I stood at the door, and they're dancing around. And my mom's like, Big Sister Kayla, Big Sister Riley. Oh, that's nice. Those are nice shirts. She's like, not little sister? And she just kind of looked confused and then just completely ignored it. And so I had to say, Mom, what does Riley's shirt say again? She said, Big Sister Riley. And then her husband Brian got it. He's like, oh my goodness. And she's like, what? I'm like, I'm pregnant. And she's like, oh. So that didn't go over as expected, but that's okay. Maybe I should have put older Sister Kayla, middle Sister Riley, and maybe that would have made more sense. I don't know. Either way, it was fun, and they're really excited, and I'm just glad somebody else knows now. As far as telling other people, I'm not sure when that's going to happen. I'm on vacation for a week, so it's a good excuse not to tell anyone and to keep this secret for a little while longer. But I'm sure in the coming weeks I'll be telling close friends, and Harrison's parents actually just got back from Thailand, so we do want to tell them as well. So yeah, you'll find out in future vlogs when I tell them. But the rest is just kind of symptoms. I thought I'd go over my symptoms for week 5. The first one is boobs. Oh my goodness. I don't know if you can hear that motorcycle. I'm sorry if you can. But my boobs are so sore. They are growing like crazy. Not necessarily, well, maybe they're growing bigger, but just filling up again, getting more dense. They're sore as heck. And with Riley, they actually didn't hurt at all. With Kayla's, my first pregnancy, I believe they did, although I don't know to this extent. With Riley, I remember they didn't. And then with this one, it's been this whole week. There's definitely something going on. I can't remember if I mentioned this in last week's vlog or not, but still happening, what I would consider anyway, is round ligament pain. The sharp pulling type pain that you feel down in your uterus if you move too quickly, and it usually signifies your uterus is growing. You typically get it towards the 2nd trimester, but I remember getting it earlier with Riley, and with this pregnancy it started like right off the bat, so I don't know what that's all about, but I feel that every now and again. What else? To be honest, nausea hasn't really started. Today is probably the first day that I'm starting to feel it. I don't know if it was just lunch was not appealing to me or it didn't sit well with me, but I am been feeling nauseous today. But the whole week I really haven't been. The only food kind of thing is that I'll go from, I think I said this last week, not hungry to starving in a split second. So I have to have like little snacks nearby to just put in my mouth if I suddenly get hungry, because it's sudden hunger. It just catches me totally off guard and then I'm starving. It's really, really bizarre. I am really tired. I'm really thankful actually that I'm on vacation, because I'm totally taking advantage of just laying down all the time, but I've been tired day, I've been tired night. It's kind of strange. I'm still waking up really early in the morning and then I can't fall back asleep, so I think that that's definitely contributing to it, but I'm taking advantage of just laying low because I go back to work next week. But yeah, I've definitely been super tired. All worth it, these symptoms, I wanted to mention. Totally worth it 100 times over, but these are just things I'm experiencing. Oh, and the last one is that I'm bloated, like really bloated. I actually wake up in the morning still a little bit bloated. Typically you kind of bloat throughout the day, and at the end of the day you look bigger than at the beginning of the day, but I kind of wake up with a bit of bloat, and then that bloat just continues throughout the entire day. So I'm definitely just wearing loose skirts or dresses, nothing really constricting, bathing suits, things like that. Because it just feels more comfortable. It's definitely not me showing in any way yet. It's just baby bloat, and I'd had that with both my other pregnancies as well. But yes, I believe that's it for my pregnancy week 5 with baby number 3. I actually recorded a baby belly kind of shot before I left for the lake, so that was 2 days ago or 3 days ago. It was like 2 days before I turned 5 weeks, but I figured that that was better than when I was almost 6 weeks when I returned. So I'll attach that at the end here. Obviously no growth that I can tell yet, but I just want to keep a log of how my belly is growing, so I thought I would add that in. And yeah, I'll see you guys next week for week 6, which is super exciting, and then the week after that, week 7, is my ultrasound, so lots to look forward to. Thank you guys so much for watching. Bye! Alright, so here's my 5-week belly. It's actually 2 days early, but I'm leaving to the lake tomorrow, so I thought better to get this in now. Not much has changed, obviously. It's just 5 weeks. There's from the side. Pretty sure it looks exactly the same as 4 weeks. But yeah, that's my 5-week belly. I do get really bloated in the evenings though, but this is still morning time. Back up a bit.